Hi there. Today we'll be making a tic-tac-toe board. Ones like these. You might have seen them on Pinterest or maybe you've seen someone else make them, but today I'm gonna try. And things don't really go as planned. First, we're gonna start off by making the base. And for that, we're just gonna get a chunk of clay and we're gonna knead that a little and we're just gonna roll it out. I don't know why the kneading clip is so long, but oh well. I've worked with ceramic clay before, but it's much different than air dry clay, which is what we're using today. Um, I thought it would be easier. I personally found it to be harder than ceramic clay. Now we're just gonna roll out our little piece, and I think I was sitting at an odd angle because my base turned out uneven. I think that was just entirely my fault though. And we're just gonna, oh, my knife. We're just gonna draw a circle, cut it out. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think one of the major mistakes I made while making this was I put too much pressure, like too much uneven pressure, and I used too much water. I think that's what caused my piece to break a little bit later. Spoiler alert, by the way. And see, like that little edge over there, it's quite uneven. So that's I'm trying to fix it, but it doesn't really work out. But you can't even tell the final piece, um, once we're finished with the piece. Now we're just gonna roll out another piece of clay for the edges. And I don't know why I was struggling. It broke right there. I don't know why I was struggling with air dry clay so much. But I think I just kept making things too thin or like look at how uneven that looks. I'm just not putting even pressure on things. Also my little cutting board, it kept moving around. So next time I'll make sure to either tape that down or something and find a better angle to work at, if that makes sense. Because I feel like the table was a bit too high and it was making my movements all janky and weird. And I know my hand looks weird in all the clips, but this it's the camera angle, guys. It's fine. My hand does not actually look like that in real life. Oop. Um, I was watching a show while doing this, so there was just so much footage of me sitting and doing nothing because I was too busy watching my show. And so that's why all the clips are so janky and so sudden because it's either me doing nothing or it's me working incredibly slow. And that would have just been awful to watch. Now we're just gonna score and slip our edges onto our base. Now I made the edges too thin, so later I'm gonna end up folding those in half and putting them on. So for ceramic clay, I know you're supposed to use slip. I don't know if we need that for air dry clay, so I just put water and hope that worked. But I think I put too much because my clay got really like soft and soggy and it would barely hold a shape. And that was like awful to deal with, so I just kept fiddling with the edges. Um Right now, I put the edges on and I'm using small thinned out pieces, like small rolled pieces of clay to put it in the crevices to make the blending a little bit easier. I think that worked really well. So there's a tip for you. Um, yeah, I don't really know what to say, but um, I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you're a professional and you're like, wow, that girl sucks, it's 'cause I do. Please be forgiving. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to air dry clay. Um, I I put way too much water and way too much pressure while I was blending these out. 'Cause again, later you're gonna see how when I pick it up, it broke a bit of it. And later, like the more I work on it, the more you'll notice that the outside edges of the base are deeper than the middle part. And it just, it stuck to my board so bad. And like, not here, but later, because I fiddle with the edge so much. Um, Now I'm just gonna, I actually have no idea what I'm doing. I think I was just rotating it so I could see, but no, I didn't because it didn't do anything. Um, I have a lot of extra footage here. I thought I cut out most of it. But can I get a round of applause for cutting down 2 hours worth of footage into this small of a video? I think that deserves an award of some sort. Um, yeah, I really like saying I don't know what to do when all the thoughts have run dry. See, I'm still fiddling with that edge. That edge is the one that's gonna break later on. I keep saying that over and over again, but mm. So this video and the next video, I filmed them at the exact same time. So all the mistakes I'm making here, like um, too much pressure, the unevenness, I'll make those same mistakes again. Um, on the next one, because I did it at the exact same time. Um, so bear with me, please. I'll get better as time goes on. Now I'm making the little lines for the actual tic-tac-toe. You know, just measuring it out and laying it down and just blending it. Still fiddling with the edges for some reason, though I should have stopped a while ago, since it honestly looks fine in the video, but I guess in person I saw some flaws that I don't see now. Um, I'm just gonna blend that out. I thought I cut some of this footage because it's much longer than I realized it was, and I don't have as much to say as I thought I did. Um, and I edited the first half of this video, and I realized how odd the audio sounded. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. I'm not touching the mic or anything. I guess I'm just breathing too hard. I don't know. But it doesn't sound too bad. Now, this part goes really fast because um I was just so like tired of chopping up like more than 2 hours worth of footage. So I just like sped this part up because I kind of liked how it looked. I didn't want to cut it all out, but I don't think you can actually see me do anything clearly because it's going so fast. Um, See, this is where it breaks because of all that water, all that pressure, all that fiddling, and look how badly it stuck to the board. So it like came off like dough because of how moist it was. And now I'm gonna have to fiddle with it some more because it's all crooked and wonky and broken. Um, Let me know if you guys like this camera angle because I don't like it. I feel like it makes the proportions of everything look really weird, and my arm comes out at an odd angle, and it really wasn't comfortable. So I was thinking of maybe making the camera be like up top, so like a bird's eye view, I guess, of what I was doing. Maybe that'd be like easier to see because I'm also out of frame so much, like so much footage was unusable because I was like doing something and I didn't realize it was out of frame. Um so yeah, and that's how we made the blueberries. For the blueberries, you just roll out a ball of clay and you get your little needle tool or stick or whatever, just poke at it to make it look like the top of a blueberry. So now we're making butter. Oh, I completely forgot to mention. For the tic-tac-toe, barely out of frame, but for the tic-tac-toe, um, barely out of frame, barely in frame. Okay, back to my train of thought. For the tic-tac-toe, I completely forgot to mention that one team was supposed to be butter and the other team is blueberries. And that's what I made my toppings to be. Abrupt cut, hello. And my paint is out of frame. So like say the X's are butter and the circles are blueberries. Um yeah. So those are my game pieces. And now we're painting. This video is going a lot faster than I thought it would. Painting is my favorite part of the process. It's just so satisfying to do when you get the colors right. Which, foreshadowing, because it's just so satisfying. It's like the most mindless part of the process, at least for me. You just dip your brush into the paint and then you just cover everything that needs to be covered. There's no water damage to your clay. There's no too much pressure on with your brush, and it's really nice. Now I'm getting this darker brown and going over the tic-tac-toe lines, and I'm gonna go over the edges too with that color. Yeah, see? Um, just to give it some variety, some more depth. I don't know if that's where the darker color is actually supposed to be. I didn't really look, but that's what it was in my head. So that's how we're gonna keep it. And yeah, just going over the edges. Yes, they are uneven, but my edges were also uneven, so I did the best I could. Now we're gonna paint our little pieces. And yes, the blueberries are far too light, but I like that blue, so we're gonna keep it that way. And this is me struggling. And then I gained wisdom, and I painted one side at a time, which I know, a shocker. And then I also used a darker blue for oh, never mind. I know the butter looks radioactive, but it's okay. It doesn't look as bad in person. It looks very, very vibrant on camera. This is me showing the blueberries. I used a darker blue in the center to give it some more depth, but obviously that didn't work because I don't know what I'm doing. And now I used a Posca marker to go on the inside of the little butter square to give it some depth, or just a bit of interest, because no one's really gonna know it's butter if it's just a block of yellow. That's far too bright. Now we're gonna Mod Podge everything to seal in the color. Barely in frame, but it's fine. You can see what's happening. Now, Mod Podge is used to cover your projects to make sure they don't get ruined or anything. So I was Mod Podging and a lot of my color still came off. So this is the final project. So if anyone knows how to fix that, that would be really nice. Cause I got chips and cracks even though I Mod Podged. Did I not wait long enough for it to dry? I don't know. But tips would be very appreciated. Tips on how to do the clay. And, well, thank you for watching. Bye bye.